Okay, number 14 looks familiar because at the very beginning of the school year, we looked at a setup just like this. We have rational numbers, we have integers, we have whole numbers, and then natural and counting numbers are going to be the same. It says place a check mark in the column. So the question would be, is 6 a rational number? And you would say, yes, it is. Is 6 an integer? And if you need to look at your notes, you can, but integers are going to be positive, negative, and 0. That's positive, so that works. And it's whole number. Is it a whole number? Yes, it is. And is it a natural or counting number? Remember that natural and counting numbers do not include 0. So I'm going to write that, not 0. But it's all your positive whole numbers. This negative 1.5. And actually, I think I'm going to redraw our circles. Our first smallest circle is natural and counting numbers. Our next circle is my whole numbers. The next larger circle is my integers. And the biggest circle of them all is rational. So that helps me to know, okay, I'm going to start in the inner circle and kind of move my way out. Negative 1.5. My question would be, is it natural and counting? It's not, so I'm not going to put a check mark there. Is it a whole number? No, it's not. So again, I move out. Is it an integer? Well, I might think it's an integer because it has a negative, but it's not a whole number, and integers have to be whole. So the only thing this number is rational. Now, with 1/3, is it natural and counting? No, I wouldn't count using that 1/3. Is it a whole number? Clearly not, because it's a part. Is it an integer? No, because integers also have to be whole numbers. So the only thing that one is a rational number. Now 0. Is 0 natural and counting? Well, if I'm counting things in nature, I would never start with 0, so no, it's not a natural counting number. Is it a whole number? That's the good question, and that's where kids kind of mess up. But I think Miss Ralph said, well, think about 0. And think about that space inside as a whole. So yes, for 0, whole numbers are counted. I'm sorry, for whole numbers, 0 is counted. And then if that's the case, if it sits right here in this space, then it's also in the integer circle, and it's also in the rational circle. So you would check all of those. Okay, so if it's part of your inner circle, anything outside of that, it also belongs to. Negative 43. Is it natural and counting? No, so I move out. Is it a whole number? Well, it is, except whole numbers are only positives and 0, and that's negative, so no. Is it an integer? Yes, it's an integer, which means it's also a rational number. And the last one. This is a repeating bar to show that the decimal would be 0.1111 and on and on. Now, any repeating decimal is going to be in my rational number system, but let's start in the center. Is it natural or counting? I would never count with that number, so no. Is it a whole number? No, because it's just a part, a very small part. Is it an integer? Well, it is a positive number, but remember, integers have to be whole, and that leaves just 0.1 repeating as a rational number.